Hi foodies! Today I'll be sharing my detailed meat pie recipe. This video will be divided into three parts. First part, we're going to make the dough. The second part, we're going to make that delicious filling. And the third part, we're going to assemble the pie. I'm also going to share the best way to make use of any leftover dough. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Starting with the pie crust, you only need 4 ingredients to make this: flour, butter, salt, and water. I like to start by cutting the butter into little cubes, and I always use cold butter when making pie. It's so much easier to work with, and it's the secret to a flaky crust. If your kitchen is very warm, you can place the butter in the freezer for about 10 minutes before cutting. Next, in a large bowl, mix the flour and salt. When that's well combined, add the butter. I usually use unsalted butter for my pies just because that helps me better able to control the salt, but if you only have salted butter, you can use that as well. But don't forget to reduce or omit the salt if using salted butter or margarine. Mix the butter and the flour with your hands, or if you have a butter cutter like this, you can use that too. That makes it so much easier. After all the butter has mixed in, just check with your hands to make sure there are no large chunks of butter in there. It should look like breadcrumbs when you're done, just like this. Next, put a hole at the middle and then add the cold water. The reason I use cold water is just to make everything much easier. So the cold water is going to kind of re-solidify the butter, so the dough is easier to work with. And like I mentioned earlier, keeping all your ingredients cold is what gives you a very flaky crust. After adding the water, just mix until the dough comes together. So for pies, you want to avoid kneading as much as possible. Kneading the dough is going to give you a tough pie. So once the dough comes together, stop mixing. We're now aiming for a smooth dough here, so it's okay if it's very rough. When you're done, transfer to a work surface and divide in two. This is what it should look like on the inside. Next, I like to wrap each dough in plastic wrap before placing it in the fridge. That just keeps out any unwanted food smell from getting in. You can also use a Ziploc bag or an airtight container to do this. After wrapping, transfer to the fridge to chill for 30 minutes. So chilling the dough not only helps it re-solidify so it's easier to work with, it also makes it extra flaky. Another way to make pie crust is by doing it in a food processor. To do this,